Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos reveals full circle moment. Fans of the Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos are anxious to see how her journey ends. The season finale is set to air on Wednesday night. Ahead of the finale, Joan has been making her rounds in the media and in a recent interview revealed a full circle moment. What did she share? Keep reading to find out more. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos shares special moment. Bachelor Nation recently caught up with Joan Vassos to talk to her about her journey as the Golden Bachelorette. It was brought up how close she is with her mom and her mother-in-law. Joan confirmed it. Plus, she revealed they were supposed to be on one of her dates this season. However, her mom, who is 92, got really sick and they just couldn't make it work. So seeing her mom and mother-in-law in the audience at the Men Tell All was really special to her. In her mind, it was a full circle moment. Joan said, Joan's thoughts on long-distance relationships. In past interviews, Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos has shared her thoughts on long-distance relationships. She already revealed she will never sell her home in Maryland. Plus, Joan does not expect her man to sell his home wherever he lives either. She understands that at their age, most people already have roots planted and do not want to make drastic life changes. However, she is willing to travel and spend time in another location with her chosen man. She even noted she could spend up to a month away from home to be with her new love. She thinks being in a long-distance relationship can be fun and exciting. Joan is excited about the future, and on Wednesday night, everyone will see where it is she will be making frequent trips. Will it be in Nevada or Kansas? Chalk Chapel lives in Wichita, Kansas, while Di Gansert resides in Reno, Nevada. Who do you think she will choose to give her final rose to? Joan Vassos stood at the edge of the serene Tuscan villa, the warm glow of the golden hour bathing her in hues of amber and rose. It was a scene straight out of a postcard, but for Joan, it was much more than a picturesque backdrop. It was a moment of reckoning, a culmination of decades of love, heartbreak, and the pursuit of something she had almost given up on herself. The woman who had once been hesitant to join the Golden Bachelorette now stood tall, her heart racing with the kind of anticipation she hadn't felt in years. As she gazed across the villa's courtyard, where candles flickered on rustic wooden tables and vines whispered secrets to the evening breeze, Joan couldn't help but smile. Tonight, she would share a revelation that had been quietly shaping her journey all along. A life once defined by others. Joan's story began long before the cameras started rolling. She had spent most of her life in the shadows of others. First as a devoted wife to her late husband, Mark, and then as a fiercely loyal mother to her two children. Her love for them had been all-encompassing, but it often came at a cost. I forgot how to be Joan, she confessed during one of the show's early interviews. For so long, I was Mom or Mrs. Vassos. And while those titles mean the world to me, somewhere along the way, I lost my first name. When her children encouraged her to take a chance on love again, Joan resisted. Dating in her 60s seemed daunting, even absurd. But when her granddaughter innocently asked, "Grandma, don't you want someone to dance with at my wedding?" Joan felt a pang of longing she couldn't ignore. That simple question set her on a path to rediscovery, a path that led her to the Golden Bachelorette. Rediscovering love, one rose at a time. From the very first cocktail party, Joan's elegance and authenticity set her apart. She wasn't flashy or overly confident, she was real. And that realness resonated not just with the men vying for her heart, but with millions of viewers who saw pieces of themselves in her. Whether she was sharing stories of her late husband or navigating the sometimes awkward world of modern dating, Joan approached every moment with grace. But behind her poised exterior was a woman grappling with the weight of her past and the uncertainty of her future. One particularly poignant moment came during a group date at a vineyard. The men had been asked to write love letters to Joan, but it was her response that stole the show. Instead of simply reading their words, Joan wrote her own letter to herself. "I forgive you for believing you weren't enough," she read aloud, her voice steady but her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "I forgive you for thinking your story was over. It's just beginning." The men who challenged her heart. As the weeks unfolded, Joan formed deep connections with several contestants, each bringing something unique to the table. There was Chalk, whose sense of adventure reminded her of the girl she used to be. Pascal, with his suave charm and thoughtful gestures, challenged her to dream big again. And then there was Jordan, whose quiet strength mirrored the stability she had once found in Mark. But as the final rose ceremony loomed, Joan faced a dilemma. Each man represented a different path, and choosing one meant letting go of the others, a prospect that terrified her. "I don't want to make the wrong choice," she admitted to host Jess Palmer. "But maybe the real choice isn't about them. Maybe it's about me." The full circle moment. That realization set the stage for what would become Joan's defining moment on the Golden Bachelorette. On the night of the final rose ceremony, she asked the production team for a special request. Instead of meeting the finalists in the villa's candlelit courtyard, she wanted to take them to a nearby vineyard, the same vineyard where she had written her letter to herself weeks earlier. As the three men arrived, Joan greeted them with a smile that carried both excitement and a touch of melancholy. She took a deep breath, ready to share what was on her heart. "I've spent this journey searching for love," she began, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "And I found it. In each of you, yes, but more importantly, in myself. For the first time in years, I feel whole." She turned to Chalk first. "You've reminded me how much I love adventure. You show me that life doesn't have to be so serious, and for that, I'll always be grateful." Then Pascal. "Your passion for life, for dreaming big, it's contagious. You challenged me to think beyond my comfort zone, and I'll carry that with me." Finally, Jordan. Joan's voice softened. "You've shown me that love can be quiet, steady, and powerful. You've reminded me of the love I once had and the love I'm still capable of giving." But then came the twist. Joan didn't offer a rose to any of them. Instead, she chose herself. "This isn't the end," she assured the men. "It's a beginning for all of us. I need time to explore this new version of myself, to see where she wants to go. And I hope you'll all find your own new beginnings too." A new chapter. The decision shocked the contestants and viewers alike. But it also earned Joan a standing ovation, both literally from the crew on set and figuratively from fans across the nation. Her choice wasn't about rejecting love. It was about embracing the possibility of it on her own terms. In the weeks that followed, Joan became a symbol of empowerment for women of all ages. She launched a podcast called Full Circle, where she shared her journey and encouraged others to rediscover themselves. Her social media was flooded with messages from fans thanking her for her courage and authenticity. And while she didn't leave the show with a romantic partner, she did leave with something even more valuable: a sense of purpose and a renewed belief in her own worth. Looking ahead, as Joan reflected on her journey, she couldn't help but marvel at how far she had come. The woman who had once been hesitant to step into the spotlight was now inspiring others to do the same. "It's funny," she said during the show's reunion special. "I came here looking for love, but what I found was so much bigger. I found Joan." And so, as the sun set on the Golden Bachelorette, Joan Vassos stood as a testament to the idea that it's never too late to write a new chapter. Her story wasn't just about finding love, it was about finding herself. And for Joan, that was the greatest full circle moment of all.